My dear sisters and brothers, very often as we kids, we realize that we used to swear. God promise is what often we will hear children, and we also as children must have said this, touching our toes and saying, God promise. My dear sisters and brothers, without knowing actually the ramifications of when I say this, what does it really mean? We take it as simple, God promise, or sometimes in Marathi they say, I shapat, Aichi shapat. So these type of swearing or taking an oath needs to be taken very seriously. Why I'm saying this? Because if you notice that what we're doing is we are calling on God's name, the one who is creator of this world, as the psalmist would say, great is your name, O Lord. That is what we are called to. We are called to give praises to the name of God and not to misuse the name of God. The tendency is that you and I very often fall in this temptation. And then we take a promise and we do not keep those promises. We take an oath which we know that it is false, and yet we tend to take it. Why does this happen, and what is our relationship with God? Once we understand our relationship with God, we'll realize that it is not necessary to take the name of God in vain. I should not misuse the name of God. I need to praise and glorify God's name, but not misuse the name. Therefore, the Catholic teaching of the Church really points this out. That when I take a oath, and if that is necessary, I need to therefore check out whether I am just using it as a means to attain something which I don't want to or which is not legible, but rather, can I use the name of God to praise Him and thank Him? Oath is something very serious, my dear friends. We are taking an oath in the name of God. As priests, as bishops, we take an oath before we become priests. And we take this because we know that we are entering into a serious ministry. We need to take that oath. We take oath in the court and say, I am the witness, but what I say this is in the name of the Constitution or in the name of God. What we did not realize is, am I taking God for granted? Do I have a special relation with God, the one who has created this whole world, the one who is mightier than me? What am I before God? If you read Psalm 8, it will tell us that we are nothing before God, and yet we take the name of God. We are just a speck. Today I am living, tomorrow I may not. Death is so close to us, so near to us, we do not know when we will continue to live the next moment or not. The Lord is in control of our lives, and yet we believe that we are in control of our lives. We are not. If you read chapter 5 of Matthew from 33 to 37, Jesus tells very clearly, in the Old Testament it was mentioned that when you take an oath, you need to fulfill the oath. But now I say this to you, do not ever venture into taking an oath or swearing. Because it says, if I swear in the name of heaven, heaven is God's throne. If you take an oath on this earth, it is the footstool of God. So everything here, even if I take an oath on anything, it only symbolizes or it means that I am taking the oath in the name of the one who is the creator of this world. And therefore, Jesus gives us a simple formula. He says, let your yes be yes, no be no. Yes should not mean no, and no should not mean yes. So when you say yes, that means that I affirm without even swearing. And how can we do that? It comes if we become genuine people. There are many people in this world who are very, very sincere and genuine. When they talk and when they speak and when they do things, we realize that this person is a person of God. And therefore, when he says something, he says with authority, because he's a person who has practiced this in his life. And therefore, when he says yes, it means what he says, and he will do it. When he says no, it means no, nothing more than this. So he does not swear on anything, but he says, I will do it for you. I take that word because I know this person is genuine. I know that once he has said yes, he will do for us. And that is what we need to realize, that we are called to grow in this deeper relationship with God. God who knows us, and he knows that we are weak and we need to grow in perfection. So I need not swear on God's name, but I need to grow in such a way that when people look at me, they will say, when he says this, he means what he says. My dear sisters and brothers, we have often blasphemed God's name. We have misused it. We have said something in the name of God. And then we have just done the opposite of what we have said. I will do this. I'm giving God's name. I will do it for you. And then we have forgotten. Then we have not done that. That does not mean, my dear friends, that we have no salvation. The Lord is merciful and kind. And therefore, the name of God is mercy, love, just God, who is a person who relates to us. And once we are in deep communication with God who loves us, everything else becomes well. Today's gospel so explicitly said, very much true, that I need not use words only to explain the inner desire. I can speak in silence. If each one of us grow in this element of being genuine person in this world, then there would not have been any need of taking an oath or swearing on anything on this world. Today onwards, let us spend a moment of silence, my dear friends. Can I grow that when people look at me and say, this person, this child, this lady, this man is very genuine. He does not swear. But once he says yes, it means yes. Let us ask Mother Mary to give us His grace. Mother Mary said yes to the will of God. She did not swear. She said yes. And the yes of Mary brought Jesus into this world. Can we respond in the same way? Can my yes be truly yes? Let us spend a moment of silence asking the Lord to give us His grace.